Hello YouTube, and today on this let's talk about the brand new hatchbacks and the hatchback sedan type of vehicles. Of course I'm talking about Audi RS3, brand new car that came out just recently with 400 horsepower and absolutely crazy 354 pound-feet of torque. Also I want to talk today about the brand new Type R 2017 model year, and with its 305 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque, this car is absolutely insane. I mean, for front-wheel drive vehicle, of course. Also GOLFR, which has 295 horsepower. It's absolutely crazy. Why? Because that car has the same engine as the Audi S3. Of course, is VW Group engine. They share the same engine. Also Ford Focus RS 2017 model year version. This one has 350 horsepower and 350 pound-feet of torque. Now, in terms of the weight of these vehicles, they all have the 3,000 plus weight, but the most heaviest out of all these cars, also that includes Golf GTI, brand new GTI that comes out soon. It's gonna have 220 horsepower, the same horsepower as it was before, but it's gonna have a little bit more get up and go, because the technology gonna be a little bit better. I think they tweaked a little bit suspension there. Also very important to note how it's gonna stack up all these cars, how they're gonna compare to between each other. The most interesting thing about the brand new Ford Focus RS is that it has 350 horsepower, and when it first came out it was like, wow, how can an all-wheel drive vehicle still but hatchback have 350 horsepower? Even though it's front wheel drive driven first, it has a drift mode. You can turn the drift mode on and you can slide the vehicle on the track, which is very cool and very nice for those who want to take the car to the track. It's fun, a lot of fun. Car accelerates very quickly as well. Having only 3,434 pounds, this car doesn't really have a lot of weight to move around, but at the same time it's not as light, of course, as the Golf GTI. Golf GTI or Civic Type R, they all go under the category of having less than 3,200 pounds, less than 3,150 pounds at that, because they all both of them have 3,100 plus weight, to move around, which is very small compared, of course, to Golf R, compared to RS3, which is the heaviest out of all the 5 that I've mentioned. All 6 that I've mentioned, including Type R. Type R has 3,111 pounds, which is the heaviest of all 6. Now that car has the lap record set on Nürburgring Nordschleife to have the fastest front-wheel drive vehicle on the ring, to be the fastest. Right now it depends what type of vehicle is gonna be able to put other lap times, but I think the RS3, which they have to test, they need to bring out this lap record to beat the Type R. Why? Because I think 400 horsepower and 354 pound-feet of torque is plenty enough and stronger than Ford Focus RS, which has only 350 horsepower. So it's very important to know these cars and how strong these cars are in terms of the power and how they deliver that. The technology has absolutely moved these cars to category where you can take the Ford Focus RS, for example, and RS3 sedan, even the Golf R. They are very usable vehicles every day, for every day, and that's the beauty part of them. That's the best part of them, is that you can use these cars. You can have them as a sports cars, you can have them as a family cars, you can have them to move something around, go to supermarket. You're not basically you're not compensating for nothing. You know, the cars can do all of these things. You know, you don't need to be, for example, I need this type of car or this type of car. These cars include all these features, and that's why they are fast, small and affordable vehicles that you can purchase and you can use and every day drive them. You know, people say that you can drive for example GTR every day, or you can drive some other vehicle like Camaro every day, but you know, some people can, but some people can't. Some people rather have it affordable and practical and fast at the same time, you know. So it's all combining all these features. And plus, with all these cars you get the infotainment, where also technology in the car where you can actually manipulate the car's behavior. So that's the biggest part right now in the day and age where we live, when we live, because right now I can just go into the settings of any car and I can just tweak the horsepower and tweak, not the horsepower, I can tweak the suspension and the braking, and how for example how car feels when it accelerates. Not so much braking, we haven't gotten to that level yet, but I think in future there's gonna be a possibility to tweak the horsepower, to tweak how many cylinders will be deactivated, to tweak how fast the car can go in a certain way, in what type of condition. So it's all coming in future, and I think it's a good precursor to what's gonna come when these cars are we can see these cars and we can see what type of vehicle is gonna come out in future. Also, me myself personally, I own Jetta GLI. I always confuse Golf GTI and the Jetta GLI, but I own Jetta GLI. Very affordable and very practical and not a slow car. So you can also use this car. Only weighs 3,200 something plus pounds, which is also very light. The INFINITI, which one I owned before, had almost 3,800 pounds, 3,700, 3,800 if I'm not mistaken, plus pounds. And that car was heavy and you could feel that, and it was it had all-wheel drive, but still you didn't feel that much speed unless you put the pedal down all the way to the floor where engine wind out, and you could actually hear how engine was working faster, because you needed to push this car to further extends to get this horsepower out of the engine, 330 horsepower almost. But with this car, with Jetta GLI, you can use this car every day, and that's what these cars are meant to be, and that's why these cars are very popular. And this segment is growing and growing and growing. And Audi releasing right now RS3 with 400 horsepower and 5-cylinder engine, which is the only car that I know and in the world probably right now, brand new car that has 5 cylinders, which is a big deal. My Jetta GLI has 4 cylinders like any other car. Even Lancer Evo, which is very famous in rally car, has 4 cylinders. Subaru STI has a flat 4. So it's all, you know, it's all something that, you know, you tend to think about, and you think that, you know, these cars are something that, you know, you can actually go inside and use every day. That's what I like about these cars, and that was the reason, the biggest reason why I want to talk about these cars today. So let me know which one is your favorite, and I really don't understand sometimes, the food for thought. I really don't understand sometimes why Golf GTI or Golf R right now that's coming out, and other automakers, they're doing these things. Why they're giving Europe more horsepower and not giving US the same horsepower in the same type of vehicle, which is kind of a strange thing to me. I never understood that, even though I kind of know what's behind that. The idea that probably emissions or something else is having the play there, but still, you know, it's not a crazy amount of horsepower. Golf R in Europe has 305 horsepower, and in United States in 2018 we're still gonna have the same horsepower for the Golf R, which is kind of a strange thing to me, and unfortunately that's how it's supposed to be. So let me know what you think about that. Keep in mind that we're gonna be posting a brand new video about Ford Raptor soon, that I reviewed recently, and that's what's coming out. Okay, let me know what you think about the hatchbacks and the small sedans that have such a strong, powerful engines and lightweight. And I'll see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe.